Do you want the ultimate Sabre build in Star Citizen? Well, I'm going to show you how to maximize your build for ultimate performance and minimum signature. I'll first go over the build with you, then show you how to maximize your power, and finally we'll go do a PvE mission. For the Sabre build, I'm just going to use Urkel here to quickly demonstrate everything to you. If you're wondering where to buy all of these components, all that you can do is click on one of these components, and at the bottom here you'll find the shops. I have made a video where I show you all of the shops and how to get there. I'll link it in the description. Now let's get to the build here. For the weapons, CF repeaters, I really enjoy these. They have fast projectile speed, so targets will be easier to hit. But if you want more damage, you can go attritions if you want to, but I still prefer CF repeaters. For missiles, I just left it as default. You can change this to whatever you like. I don't really use missiles. I prefer just using my weapons. But if you are a missile enjoyer, you can choose whatever you like. I'll probably recommend going with a size 1 missile because then you have more. I enjoy the task force missiles, so you'll probably have 16 of these in total. Now for the shields you can do a lot with them. For example, I went with the base shield HP here, but if you reset it, you can also go with your stealth shields. But I would highly recommend that instead of going with the stealth shields, you just go with the base shield HP here. And then all that you do is you remove the power completely. You'll get about the same signature, but more shielding, right? So it makes it a little bit more efficient. If you ever needed the second shield, you can just put more power into it. Then you're beefy enough. Since you're not always going to be stealthy, eventually you will need to fight and you probably want bigger shields. So if you want to be stealthy, you can just turn off one shield here. You'll have about the same amount of signature here. You can see 4.1. And if we go with the palisades and we just turn off one here, you'll be 4.2. So not a big difference. And you'll actually have more shielding since the shimmers have 1050 HP. So nothing too crazy, right? And one palisade basically doubles that and a little bit more. So that is my preferred way of running this. You can also go with FR 66s if you want to, but I still prefer the others since look at the signature, quite big. You can probably turn it down a bit, but not really worth it. I'll still go with palisades in this case, just so that I can run the one shield if I wanted to, and you'll still be pretty stealthy. You can sneak and you're good to go. So you can choose there. For our power plants, we're going to go with stealth power plants here, Delta Max, Delta Max. Luckily, the Sabre is not super power hungry. We have more than enough power to almost power everything, but 2 Delta Maxes and then only one cooler. We still need one cooler. Haven't introduced all of the cooling systems just yet in game, so we only go with one cooler to keep our IR nice and low. Otherwise, if you don't have this, your IR will spike quite a bit over time. And then for our quantum drive, the Zephyr, this will reduce our heat signature here, and while in nav mode, also our EM signature. So pretty decent. I always go with a stealth quantum drive. Now that you know the build, here is how I power manage my ship. So for power management, I just go full weapons, full thrusters because we get some maneuverability. Maneuverability is usually better than shields. And then we can go full combat mode here with both shields active and the one little pip for regeneration. But if you want to be stealthy, you can just run one shield active and keep the free. As soon as you engage in a fight, you can put everything to shields because you already revealed, right? Might as well pump some shield HP. Now that you know the build and how to power manage, let's go do a PvE mission to see how the Sabre performs. For our mission, I'm going to do a combat gauntlet scenario 6 here. This will spawn a constellation and 2 gladiators. So both a big ship and 2 small ships. A very good test for the Sabre. Let's go have a look. I'm at my mission location. You might hear some background noise here and there. There's a lot of geese around. Since I have moved, I still need to put up a couple of things to reduce the noise. But for now, hopefully your ears don't die. Our targets are finally here. Let's quickly engage them. I'm going to see if I can take out the gladiators first, and then we can deal with the constellation. That thing does hurt quite a bit, and I feel like on the PTU they actually updated it a bit so that it does a little bit more damage, but instead I don't think you can sit in a blind spot anymore. But we can take a look if we can do that. Also some missiles here. Managed to avoid them. Signature is not that big. You can definitely reduce it if we wanted to. Go. 4 weapons. Super easy. This is run a little bit. I don't want to sit too close to the constellation, so it constantly beats down my shields. So I do want to take down the other gladiators here as well. We just want to do them one by one. I think that's probably the constellation shooting the missiles. Here we go. I forgot to put on my head tracking. Just quickly press my button here. Here we go. Gladius is dead. Let's see if we can deal with the constellation here. I think we won't be able to sit under its belly. This turret is a bit better. Let's quickly take a look here. Trying to sit under it. It's a little bit difficult. It's constantly moving now. See the firing arc of the turret, they have increased, so we can't sit here anymore. So I'm just going to upstrafe a bit and try to avoid most of the fire of the turrets. Upstrafe roll, and then we'll see what we can do. The constellation here. This might take a minute, who knows. You can see they're already killing my shields here, so I'm going to back off. This is a new constellation though, not like the older ones. So we need to be a little bit more careful, since they will be able to kill us quite easily if we sit still for too long. You can see our shields is already down. So we will need to take the approach of backstrafing a little bit and then going up and rolling. This is also how you can take out hammerheads. This might take a while, since most of our shots will basically miss. So the shields take super long, and sometimes you also hit the invulnerable spots like the cargo bay. Don't think they fixed that yet. Hopefully they get to it one day. But we're getting some of the shields down now. You can see the front already down. The front is not invulnerable, at least. So that's very nice. Make sure we don't hit anything here. You can sub-target as well, but it's a little bit difficult sometimes. Let's see, can I get in here? Going at the top now. Well, this is the bottom. Turret is not firing, so I can sit here. Maybe I was just in the wrong location, because now it's actually doing nothing. I think I was just on the top of the ship and not the bottom. Sometimes they look a little bit similar. Or the Sabre was just lagging, who knows. Let's see if we can finish this. At least we have a lot of damage with the 4 guns. But you basically need to hit it right on the backside, otherwise you won't do any damage. Getting decently red there, well, almost orange. We don't have the biggest capacitor, unfortunately, so we can't just straight out shoot the thing. And sometimes I'm a little bit impatient with my capacitor as well. I don't let it regen. And there we go, we managed to do this. Not too difficult, you just need to keep your distance here and there. Make sure you don't fight them all at once. But I hope you enjoyed this build video. If you did, please leave a like. And if you want to watch more videos like this, consider subscribing. I'm trying to hit 20,000 subscribers. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.